Targum Ruth, Ruth 4:1, the fourth part. So in this video, I'd like to talk about Poloni Almoni, which is the Hebrew name for this other Redeemer. So let's use an interesting resource here. It's the Glossa House Illustrated Biblical Text Volume, Illustrated Ruth, Esther, Jonah. In Hebrew, of course. And if you look in the upper right, on the page on the right, you see Boaz telling Poloni Almoni to turn aside and sit down. So he turned aside and he sat down. Now, in the bottom of these volumes, there's an English translation that you can refer to as you're mostly keeping your eyes on the Hebrew. And you notice down here it says so-and-so. So basically, this is a no-name name. It's intentionally vacant of meaning. So it's interesting, this man of humble ways idea that we had in the Aramaic. Now, to reflect this no-name name, it's interesting what the editors of the Net Bible did. So I'm going to show first the first edition, and we'll make it big. And in the Net Bible, again, the first edition, come here and sit down, John Doe, interestingly. And as far as I know, that's unique for a Bible translation. And it could very well be that they got some flack on that choice because John Doe is a term in American English and therefore doesn't have universal name recognition. So it's interesting, in the second edition of the Net Bible, which I can find online, here we have, come here, what's your name? You see the what's your name right here. And the Net Bible's famous for its translator notes. So if we look over here, there's a long paragraph that includes Mr. So-and-so as well as Mr. No Name, but they chose what's your name there. So that might perhaps sound a little less awkward if read from the pulpit in church. But that is all to just have a moment to discuss the wisdom of having this Aramaic rendering right here, which actually implies more about this character than the Hebrew Poloni Almoni did. So in a sense, you can see why I had originally placed it in red as not reflecting the Hebrew. So having said that, let's move on to the next verse in Targum Ruth.